Please sit down.
Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om Swamiji. Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam, Pranam, Pranam. Where were we? Day for yesterday?
Chanting remembrance.
Huh?
Chanting and remembrance.
Chanting and remembrance.
Effective chanting.
Effective chanting.
Chanting is for remembrance. If
Divinity in Rama and Ravana too.
If we keep on hammering this truth, that chanting is for remembrance. Remembrance of who? Remembrance of the power behind the chanting. The power behind the chanting lends its energy, puts us on the process of chanting, but while in the process, somehow, for reasons known to him, he makes us unaware of his role in it. And he makes us to feel, I am chanting. Now he is also giving us an opportunity to separate, sift these two entities. The one who is behind, the support behind the chanting, and the one who feels he is chanting. Papa names that form, the power behind it as Ram, the subtle and mysterious power, and the sense of individuality which assumes the role of chanting is also there. So now the sense of individuality is praying to that power, Without you, I cannot chant, but unfortunately, I am not aware of your presence. Why don't you please make me aware of it? And for that purpose, with whatever you have given, I am offering this Nama unto your feet. We have nothing to offer to him except what he has given to us. So through whatever he has given, we are trying to give it back to him. Because the very sense of individuality, the body, mind, intellect, equipment, the language, the sound, everything, it is not mine. But with this, I am trying to pray to you to make me aware of your presence. The Nama and the Nami. Nama and the Nami are one. Initially, when the Nama, we are chanting the name, we are not aware of this. Our Guru has given the Nama, we have that feeling, we are chanting the Nama. We find some joy. After the chanting, we are back again to our usual field with the feeling that I am doing everything. And later on, a stage comes when the indwelling reality slowly gives us through pinpricks or some incident or some satsang or some probing that he is there, he is there, he is there. We start slowly turning our mind, and then when we try to understand who is making me to chant. Again, there is a gap between this. Again we try. So when Papa said, try to chant throughout your waking state, which is not possible for any of us. And he gives us some example. Even when you are walking, you are taking bath, you are involved in any physical labor, let the chanting go on. And after some time, we have been asked to graduate to mental chanting. Because this verbal and vocal chanting cannot be done all the time. We might become a nuisance or disturbance to others. So from there we try to chant we practice this mental chanting. Nobody else is disturbed. And it stays with us throughout. And once we have taught our mind to get itself habituated to this mental chanting, we will find that it is not difficult to carry on with the chanting. In between our activities, in between our thoughts, in between our walking, in doing anything. Wherever there is a pause moment, we can fill it with this chanting, mental chanting. These are all some of the methods by which we become aware of His presence. Because while we do this mental chanting, it requires a lot of concentration. 1 or 2 or 3, okay. Afterward, the mind will run here and there. So there should be a constant vigil. So many things gets evolved by that you develop concentration, exclusiveness. All those things develop by itself. And even if it's for a shorter time, it's all. Papa says, even if
The period
as he was walking during his sadhana days, he used to say, he used to chant. Apparently the time may be very short, but inserting 1 or 2 nama there. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Start. Again there is a gap. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Mentally, So slowly when the mind is trained to remembering through the chanting, then, as we were just sharing with a friend, an effort is being made unknowingly from our side to hand over lock, stock and barrel to that power behind it, which is the real owner. If it is very difficult to bring it at the impersonal level, we bring any personal form. And constantly remind us that through that form, we are trying to reach the formless. Mataji used the technique. Mataji used Papa's form to get connected to the nameless, formless, all-pervading reality. And after she got stabilized, she was able to retain the same reverence to the form. So it is not impossible. To get our mind fixed on a nameless, formless is the toughest job. If it is okay, okay. See, suppose we find our progress is retarded because of this particular aspect, then we bring any form that is suitable for us. But somewhere in the corner of the mind, this must be there that the form represents the formless. Then only it can become universal. That particular form which we are using it is there only in the people who believe in it. Then, no? So if it has to become universal, it has to be nameless and formless. At the same time, for working out a practical methodology, we may need a form. However much we may say, we need a prop, we need a support. To know that even the very support has come from that nameless formless. Suddenly you get a nil, that it has also come from that. Microcosm, Papa used to say, microcosm is the macrocosm. Initially we may not be able to understand this, but then we saw this so-called microcosm is also a manifestation of the macrocosm. The individual is the universal. If I am not part of that universal reality, how can I become one with that universal reality? Impossible, irrational. So the very fact that our Shastras and Mahatmas keep on telling that you are that, you are that, you are that. Shrunvantu Vishve Amritasya putraaha. Vivekananda always keeps on telling this, roaring this, You are all the heirs of immortal bliss. If somebody says that, how do I know? It has to be conveyed to me through a mortal form. So mortal form or the personal form which is perishable, it has got its own relevance also in spiritual journey. So we don't have to belittle or look down upon it. So each one has to choose. And the biographical sketches of masters will give us some clues. Papa initially was also devoted to the form of Lord Krishna. And at a particular stage, when he had the darshan of Lord Krishna, immediately, he was prompted to pray, I don't want to have this darshan. I wanted to have the darshan you showed to Arjuna, Vishwarupa darshan. Your cosmic form I want, not this small form. He had that blessing, to ask. Then after, there was no confusion at all in him. He had the same reverence to the forms as though revitted in nameless formless aspect. So when we go through the biographies of masters, so many people have adopted so many methods. Whichever suits, we can try. And proportionate to the intensity we have, we will get the guidance from within. Absolutely. Mataji was a firm believer of all rituals. She was going down before all deities. We all go down to all deities. And the same Mataji, when she was initiated with Ramnam, and what Ram stands for, the Nirguna Niragara, Nirvigara, Shashvata, Ananda Swarupa. In very shortest time, she could place herself to that plan. And at the same time, she asked Papa's permission to use the word Papa. That is the only change. Wherever Papa was using the word Ram, Mataji wanted a slight amendment, I will replace it with Papa. Then Papa asked her, what do you mean by that, Papa? Then she said, that is the eternal reality. So whenever she was referring to this Papa, she was connecting herself to the cosmic reality, and then her reverence, adoration, worship to that form remained undiluted. So it's a proven thing. We can retain both. So all of us have to do some thinking. Nobody can prescribe this to anybody. Each one has to find out, because all our masters, they have drawn out their path by themselves. They might have heard so many lectures, they might have gone through so many scriptures, they might have practiced so many things. Ultimately, it boils down to what suits me. These are all the things that are available before us. I can try one or two, and then when I feel I am directionless, I cry, I pray. And proportionate to the intensity of that appeal, the aspiration, it will be heard. 100% assurance is there. Otherwise, it will be only an intellectual exercise. Bhakti should be there. No? Only with mind, when we try to travel, it has got limitation. There may be exceptions. But by and large, we can say it has got its own limitation. Papa used to bring a beautiful simile. What do you call that? Something to pick.
Tongs. Tongs.
You can pick anything with that, but you
Tongs.
cannot pick the hand with that. Huh?
Tongs. Tongs.
Horses.
You have heard that.
Sapien.
So that is the problem. Mind can do thing all, but no, mind cannot understand who is behind the mind. We have been blessed with some glimpses called witness consciousness, but it fades away. Even that witness consciousness, the mind will assert that it is that. No? When we say that we are witnessing the thoughts, good thought, bad thought, creative thoughts, productive thought, destructive thoughts, these labels come because we are witnessing it. No? Who is witnessing? If we answer, we are nowhere. It's a thought that floats in this awareness. And when it is undisturbed, the thought is being witnessed. So the thought cannot go beyond that. Very difficult. That is why Papa introduces this bhakti. Surrender to a higher power. the power behind the thought, which the thought cannot, because it is an arena where thoughts cannot enter. How can thought express something which it cannot enter? So the mind pleads its inability to not to go beyond that. So that is why he says, for the sake of people who are hearing it for the first time, he said, he defined the spiritual journey like this. Bhakti is the root. Vairagya is the trunk. Jnana is the flower. Parabhakti is the fruit. Root is Bhakti. We start with that. Without you, I don't exist. Please help me. So you are there, I am there. Bhagavan and Bhakta are there. And then, in order to concentrate more and more on that, I may have to withdraw myself from the present field of activities so that I can pool the entire energy on this aspect, which is what is called Vairagya. And then, if these two are there, then the Jnana steps in, where it keeps on asserting, you are that. You are searching for that which is you. And that will result or lead us to the fact that he is there in everybody. That is called Parabhakti. It is not limited to one particular object of worship. We started with Bhakti and reached Parabhakti. The same thing is available in entire creation, in its three aspects. Static, dynamic, both and beyond both. These are the three avasthas of anything. The static aspect, the dynamic aspect, and both and beyond both. Purusha, Prakṛiti, Purushottama. So this is what the Jnana gives, and this is the outcome. With the background of Bhakti, that is the base on which we start. Bhakti, Vairagya, Jnana, and Parabhakti. If we have this, when we start this Bhakti, it can be in the form also. And we also know many Bhaktottamas have scaled the heights with the form also. They were content. So many Bhaktottamas in India who have taken to this. We all enjoy whatever they have composed. Purandradas Kirtani, we all enjoy, Tyagabrahmams, Mirabais. What is it that we enjoy? In every language there will be somebody. Their outpourings. Their outpourings have come out in the form of compositions, and then it has stood the test of time. Even today, when somebody sings Jagadodharana, you and I will immediately hear, Though it is not a personal form, Adi Shidale Yashoda, but still there is something inexplicable there. So that means they have not merely composed, they have given life to it. That is why it is still fresh. 300 years, 400 years, 500 years back it was composed, or 800 years, and still it is life, it is enlivening for us. So that also we should recognize. Varieties, So when we were thinking, why this variety, why not one root? That is why all these complications came. Then suddenly, the question comes, who are you to ask this? You yourself have come because of that power. entire manifestations come into that power. The one who has given the sweetness in the sugar cane, the same power has given spiciness in the chilies, the same power has given bitterness in the bitter gourd, the same thing has given the sourness in tomato or tamarind, whatever you call it, different taste. And even in a particular species, different taste. All mangoes, all jackfruits, any fruit you take, different varieties of taste are there. Why? Because his products, human beings, also have different taste and temperament. Otherwise it becomes monotonous, boredom will be there, drudgery will be there. So when he brought us with this variety, he has also fed us with a different variety. Then who are we to ask, why did you do that? That is why a great person said, as many men, so many paths. Each one has to cut out a path to reach him. Varieties are there by trial and error, trial and error. We try to find out our own method. So here Papa has given us the Nama. Nama, now though we have faith in his words, though we are all chanting, we are unable to hold on to the important vital factor that chanting is for remembrance. So each one has to do the fine tuning as to how this remembrance can come to us. Whatever we hear from outside, it is their theory, It cannot become my theory. Because my equipment, my limitation, my tendencies, my constitution of the body, mind, everything is different from others. So it has to have its own. My taste, my priorities, my temperament, inclination, attitude, preferences, all change. So I gather all these things. Then I sit and try to absorb or assimilate what can be absorbed and assimilated. And the outcome will be a methodology suitable for us. So we are all struggling to get some clarity about remembrance. A day for yesterday, the question was asked, what is the hallmark? Again, to throw some light, Papa says, remembrance means darshan, remembrance means surrender, remembrance means grace. It's all synonyms. I remember you, O Lord, because you remembered me first. Papa often quotes Swami Ramtirtha's words. That throws some light. So remember him. Remembrance is possible only when he remembers. That means what? His grace. I remember you, O Lord, because you remembered me first. Then only I can remember you. So we start from there. Though you have remembered me first, and that is instrumental cause for me to, I still forget that you have made me to remember. So you have to start correcting me from the beginning. This dialogue, we have seen in the life of Papa that even after scaling the heights to 99%, still he was holding the dialogue. And even after 100%, he was still holding the dialogue. Though Ram and Ramdas are one, Ramdas would always like to be the Das of Ram. Actually, many of you might know, when the prompting came to him on 27th December 1922 to take a leap into the vast world, relying solely upon him, and when he left Next day he reached Srirangam, and when the prompting came to offer the white clothes to Mother Kaveri and wear the ochre and including his name, he renounced everything. And a new name had to be given. The name he chose was Ram Das, Das of Ram. Later on, people started calling Swami Ram Das, no? But Papa called only Ram Das. And that is why in such a short time he could do that, because the mind which is refusing to vacate the seat is made subservient there. A few weeks back, you were remembering, many of you might have witnessed, when the new president is elected, some of you might have seen the video also. The outgoing president will be coming from the Rashtrapati Bhavan with all his protocol, no paraphernalia. And in the Parliament Hall he comes, he sits in the president's place. In the new president, he will be sitting here. And the announcement is made that so-and-so has been, the election commission gives a report that so-and-so has been elected as the president. And then the Chief Justice comes forward and the new president goes and takes oath. As soon as the oath-taking ceremony is over, this president will vacate the seat and the new president will occupy the seat. From that moment onwards, after the oath-taking ceremony, the previous, is called previous president, ex-president, and the new president. From that day onwards, he will not assert anything as a president. Here our problem is, the mind refuses to get up. Even after knowing, even after the oath-taking is over, refusing to get up and pave the way for the seat for the... That is why Papa, in a lighter way, the other day, we read it out, you remember? There is a quotation there, tiny. Have you given? Slowly read. All these years,
you have taken a lot,
you have taken a lot from Papa.
and you are still taking.
And you are still taking.
What have you given to Papa in return?
What have you given to Papa?
Some of you have lived here.
Some of you?
Have lived here
Some of you have lived here.
for years.
For years together.
And are now getting old.
And are now getting old. That is our present position.
Maintaining a mere toehold, as it were, in this earth.
Have you given a toehold?
No, maintaining a mere toehold on this earth.
Just like this, toehold. No? Toehold.
Have you learned to give even a teeny weeny place in your heart? Have you given
even
a teeny weeny place
teeny weeny space
in your heart?
in your heart? We are praying, we are hearing, we are doing Ram Nam, we go down before him, everything, but have we given any space, teeny weeny space? Very thought-provoking statement. We have been half a dozen times repeating Ram Nam, half a dozen times say Papa, Papa, Papa throughout our life, and have we really given any small space even in my mind? In our mind. The question, no? Suddenly we are talking about Papa, we are doing so many things, but have we really given a space? How do we know that? So this giving space to him, no? That is why when we came across this quotation of Mataji, arresting, in a simple, uncomplicated, not bombarding language, simple language. She is bringing this profound truth. You are talking papa, 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 and have you given any small, a needed space in your heart for him? If you have given, it will definitely occupy the whole mind. She is giving out because of her experience. So now we know remembrance is a distant reality to us because we have not given space for the real reality, the reality. We have not given space for it, the reality in our heart. Kindly think about it. Remembrance is still a distant reality to us because we have not permitted or we have denied the reality to occupy our mind even to a small dimension. So how do we do that? So one suggestion could be each one has to try right from morning till evening, wherever it is possible, we try to bring in this dimension in one or two activities to begin with. Whether it is folding the bedsheet properly, whether keeping the pillow properly, or washing the plate properly, arranging everything in the way in which it should be done. In that we try to bring, you have brought this, you have brought this, you have brought this, you are this, you are that. This was the method Mataji showed to us. And then trying to develop mental chanting. And every time we try to hammer this through. We are chanting the name of one who is within, who is the core of our being, who is making us to chant. Say out of 16 hours, suppose we try at least for 5 or 6 minutes or 10 minutes, it will have a great impact, great impact. So in the activities, we make a trial. In our inward journey, in our mental chanting, we make a trial. And then mysteriously we will get the guidance as to how we should go forward. Initially, we have to at least show this, Papa puts it in a simple word, show some inclination. This is what he said. Rest of the things Ramdas will do. What was that word he said? Show some inclination. With my master. You have got it? No, don't worry. Don't worry. If it is not there, don't worry. Vanda. You are having it here. I thought you know. Ramdas asks of them, show some desire to see God. Ramdas will do the rest. But even this desire is absent. When there is so much wealth to be garnered, such fineries to be owned, so many cinemas to be seen, who has time for God? But someday they too will realize what they have been missing in their lives all along. Ram will give them that realization. Sooner or later, the seed of God realization. So he says, show some desire to see God, and Ramdas will do the rest. This is what now he is prompting us, no? To develop some intense aspiration. That is the only prerequisite. And when we are discussing about this remembrance, it is not for academic excellence or academic exercise we are trying to do. It should be part of our journey, no? That means after the session is over, when Papa is giving us so many details, suppose we leave it like that, it becomes an intellectual journey. But suppose we pursue it, you know?
Practice.
Huh? Practice. We may not be able to practice throughout. 5% means 5%. While explaining about the yoga, you know, in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj used to put it in a brilliant way. Lord whispers to us, be a yogi. Then I say, I am not a yogi, I don't have this one. Then he said, don't have to belittle ourselves. Be a 5% yogi, 6% yogi, 10% yogi. The moment the yogi is in a yoga means union with God. Anything that enables us to become one with Him is called yoga. Yogeshwara Krishna. No? So he says, be a yogi. So we need not think, I am not a full-time man, I have got this limitation. Don't worry. You are a 1% yogi, bas. Because 1 can become 2, no? 2 can become 5, 5 can become 10. So here, they are giving us all these saints, you know, they know our limitation, they know how the antics of the mind, they know how the mind works. It brings us so many excuses, you know. So all things have been accommodated. Papa used to say, when the child goes to the mother in a dirty condition, the mother will not say, go clean and come. She herself will take the child and keep it clean. Why does Papa say this? Because we feel, you know, we are not qualified. Then only we have to go to the mother. That's the only thing. The way in which we are, we go to the mother. So this inclination, how to bring it out in beautiful words, something which is not at all talk, something which we can understand. You know. Anybody who is known, who is loved by us, when he comes to us in any form, we don't say, go, come in a different form. You will not say that. You yourself will take it and give them a wash and do it. This is something which we know from our own life. So God is more loving than the earthly parents. So all that we need is to go to them. At the moment we are searching everywhere, He is holding our hands. But we are not looking up to Him, we are looking Him outside. So in so many ways He has given this. And that is why every time when the new, mantra initiation is given, Papa's each and every word, now it is becoming more and more clearer and clearer to us. I will just say if you read out something. We have got 5 minutes.
10 minutes.
Huh?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. Sorry. This is the speech. We use it for our initiation. Papa was explaining about the sweetness of Ramnam. At the end of it, he will lovingly say, and he will repeat Om, then we repeat Om, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 3 times, and he will make us to repeat 3 times, just to know that we got it right. But the portion is very interesting. I will just read. Ramdas can tell you this much, that from the very time he started repeating the name, he began to feel the sweetness of it. So he used to pray to God. He does not want anything else, only he wants your name. Let your name be ever on his tongue. It is because it is so sweet. So it proved to be not a means to an end, but an end in itself. That is the wonder about the name which he is repeating. It depends upon the repeater, of course. Unless we are free from the low passions of the heart, we cannot taste the sweetness of the name. See? Sublime things he slowly inserted. Sugar is sweet. By nature it is sweet. It can never be bitter. So the name is by nature sweet. But when the sweet sugar is put in the mouth of a man who is having some kind of fever, he finds the taste not sweet but bitter. He throws it away. That shows the man is diseased. When we are diseased with low desires, the name does not taste sweet to us. We must go to a doctor who can cure us of that disease. Doctor is the Guru, who by his presence removes our desires, disease of desires, and gives us this nectarian name, and you find that instant it is sweet, and sweetness comes to you as long as you are going on repeating the name until at last you become sweetness itself. Not merely the taster of the sweetness, but sweetness itself. So you drink and drink and drink the name until the drinker and the drink become one. Ramdas will chant the mantra given to him by the Guru, word after word. Will you kindly join him? What you are individually doing, you can go on doing it. For the present occasion, we shall all repeat Ram Nam and enjoy the bliss of it. And then he says, oh, then we repeat, oh, okay. So here, 3-4 points. Sweetness, first of all, when he says, what is sweetness? Suddenly we may think about a sweet thing which we eat, Then we try to extend one particular raga, one particular composition. It's so nice, we say. We may not use the word sweet. What is that? When we see a person, unknowingly an inexplicable pleasant feeling develops in us. We may not use the word sweet. What is that? When we eat sweet, yes, that is also there. So we try to understand what this sweetness stands for. An inexplicable feeling where there is fullness, to make it short. Purna. So the moment the Nama is chanted, Papa gets that feeling. That means what an amount of sadhana he must have done to understand that the Nama stands for the sweetness, Think. That is why he said the Nama itself is sufficient for Ramdas. That means what? Nama and Nami are one. So that the moment we become conscious of this Nami, through Nama, is full and complete. Kindly think about it. Each one can draw. And next word he says, let your name be ever on his tongue. So the sweetness we can call it as remembrance. And then, let your name be, it is because it is so sweet. So it proved to be a means to an, not a means to an end, but an end in itself. Not that by Nama chanting I am going to attain something. The clarity comes right from the beginning, For enabling us to understand, he put this thing, I am chanting the name of one who is within me, who is making me to chant. I am chanting of the name of one who is the core of my being. These are all his words, by which, he touches and kindles the sweetness in him. And then again, that is the wonder about the name which he is repeating. He says it depends upon the repeater, of course. That's why everybody does not feel sweet. That is because our priorities are on something else, lower passions. And sugar is sweet, all those things, very easy to understand. When we are having fever, we taste it, then we take some medicine and we get back to the usual taste. So he says doctor is the guru. Vairagya, So the doctor is the guru by his presence also. And when you go on, when you are going on repeating the name, until at last you become sweetness itself. Beyond that, it cannot be explained. Until you become sweetness itself. So you drink and drink and drink the name until the drinker and the drink become one. So initially we start as chanting the name and finally we become the name. You see, what a Advaitic principle has been brought out in a simple form, understandable form, uncomplicated, easily understandable. So you drink and drink until the drinker and the drink become one. So we are all trying to remember all these things, or he is making us to remember all these things, because how to fine tune our chanting and to eke out the real benefit of chanting by remembering it. So the hallmark can be that when we started enjoying the name, that means we are remembering his true nature. He is full, he is peace, he is stillness, he is silence, he is full of intelligence, he is full of awareness, he is full of dynamism. All these things are the base. So the name stands for that. All creativity, discovery, invention, innovation, everything has come from that. And it is coming even now, uninterruptedly it has been coming. Through his various creations, he has been giving this so that all his creations enjoy. So it is not a static, it is dynamic, vibrant. So anything that is vibrant in outside also, anything that is static outside also, we will be able to connect ourselves with it. So a lot of introverted inquiry, reflection, absorption, assimilation, all these things should go simultaneously. And this is what he did, and then he places before us. So behind the Nama chanting, what an amount of contemplation has taken place. You can see from these innocent words. he started repeating that, he began to feel the sweetness of it. So he used to pray to Lord, he does not want anything else, only he wants your name. Let your name be ever on his tongue. It is because it is so sweet. So it proved to be not a means to an end, but an end in itself. That is the wonder about the name which he is repeating. And gives the nectar, and you find that instant that it is sweet, and sweetness comes to you as long as you are going on repeating the name, until at last you become sweetness itself. And not merely the taster of the sweetness, but sweetness itself. So you drink and drink and drink the name, until the drinker and the drink become one. And then he initiates us into this now. If we don't understand, if we just repeating it, probably we would not have become the real, we would not have got the real benefit out of chanting. So remembrance, then later he has said, remembrance of the attributes, it should go simultaneously with the chanting. Whether it is possible or not, each one has to try. So what he gives us the prompting is, either if it is not possible to carry on simultaneously, we can try before, in between, after chanting. So again we are back to square one, remembrance. We have to come again and again and again until he opens the door and pushes it. No? So we have to plead, cry, appeal to him. I tried my level best, I couldn't. Unless you come forward and open, it will not be possible for me. It is called Sharanagati. That is why Puja Mataji made us to repeat that universal prayer every day. O Lord of the universe, O Creator, Protector, Destroyer of the world, I come in all humility to thy holy feet and surrender myself entirely to thee. Deign to bless me ever with thy remembrance. O merciful Divine Master, give me strength, purity and peace. Thou art seated in the hearts of all, thou art all purity, all goodness. Thou art a veritable ocean of peace and bliss. Thou art the lover of thy devotees, refuge of the helpless, Redeemer and Savior of those who resign themselves to thee. Make me dedicate my life to thee and to thy service. By thy grace may peace and joy always dwell in my heart. Thou art mother, master, friend and all to me. Accept me as thy child and servant. Grant me power to love thee with all my heart. See? Like that, the whole day, when we keep on bringing even some words of the universal prayer, it will have a deep impact. I am praying every day, but I am not doing it. No? Let whatever I do be a fitting offering at thy holy feet. Make me pure in thought, word and deed. I lay my mind at thy feet, fill it always with thy remembrance. Let thy glorious light illumine my heart. And finally he said, make me thine and thine only. Every day Mataji wants us to repeat this not as a routine program. She wants every one of us to involve in it while we repeat the prayer. And what are we asking every day to Papa? Make me thine and thine only forever and ever. So this surrender aspect, that's what we were mentioning. This surrender aspect should be there in every day so that whenever we go off the line, The puny intellect may bring out so many arguments, and at that time we say, sit down, and we pray to him, make me thine and thine only forever and ever. Day after tomorrow, if time permits, we will also try to go through the entire program that is going on in Bhajan Hall, how it is related to my spiritual journey. You know, so beautifully carved out by Puja Mataji, right from Vishnu Sahasranam up to the Arati. How each one is pushing, giving us a push in our spiritual journey every day. Like children, we try to see something else. But this repetition, every now and then trying to understand what each and every program stands for, right from Vishnu Sahasranam to Solo Ramnam to Guru Sthiti, and then chorus Ramnam, and then flower offering, and then Arunachala, and then Om Namo Bhagavate Ramanaya, Hare Rama, then Bhajan, then Ramnam chanting, then prayer, then Arati, Danya Danya Ho, and finally ends with that. Jajya Stari Hai. Then the 3-1. What exactly you are? Asatoma Sadgamiya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamiya, Mrityurma, Amritam Gamiya. And finally you say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti for everybody. And then we have to come out. Thanking him once again for giving us an opportunity to remember, we go inside, going our way, and then coming out, and what happened? Because we are not aware, we are only just repeating. We are unable to hold on to the meaning. Because the last sentence is very touching. It's a commitment we are making. Whatever I see, Jaja, Starihe, Marajaya, wherever my mind goes, it is your form only. This is how we come out. But the moment we come out, why come out? Even while coming out, we see others as others only, Suppose our chappal is not seen there, what is our reaction? Watch ourselves. Watch ourselves. We have just now said, whatever we see, Jajya Starihe, Marajaya Marajaya, Jajya Starihe, Nijarupa Tujai. So when we say that, I am seeing your body, but the moment we come out unknowingly, unfortunately, what happens? The old habit of seeing everything as different, that comes out. Because this is not going in, this is not going in. So day after tomorrow, how do we remember him? Mataji has given us a schedule here to remember him right from the moment we go to the Bhajan Hall at 5 o'clock, or sitting here mentally associating with that. When you take part in the program for a number of days or weeks, then when you sit here also you can go through it. Many devotees used to tell us over phone, I have just attended the flower offering, you gave the flower. That means mentally we are going through the whole thing. That will all give us a push in our spiritual journey. So, Papa willing, we will try to understand more and more about it day after tomorrow. The purpose is to remember him, to remember him, to remember him. Hari Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Hariom, everybody, Hariom. Hariom. Namaskaram. Pranam. Hariom.
Hariom.